Welcome to episode 34 of the Fake Fans Podcast.
Welcome. This is episode 34, and I am wearing something that looks a little bit snazzy. Usually when I wear stuff like this, it means I've run out of clothes and I have to do laundry.
I have to do laundry.
Yes.
That's
so
oh no.
It's not because I dressed up for you guys or for him or for myself. It's because I have not done laundry, and my choice was to keep buying stuff to use as new clothes as opposed to washing my laundry. So it's bad.
That's incredible.
No, it's because I got sick. And when you're sick, you're in bed for 14 days. And I just got really bored.
Wait, that's how long you were sick for?
I was sick for 13 days.
I actually just got sick relatively recently for the first time in like a year, I think. I don't get sick very often, but holy shit, it like took me the fuck out for like 2 days.
It's literally awful. If you are bedridden for any amount of time, the only thing you can think of is like, wow, my life sucks. So you may have all these things you want to do, but as soon as you get sick, the only thing you think about, I should get healthy.
What's your least favorite symptom?
I've hit the whole world of debuffs this year. So I've got pneumonia, cold, flu. I just got a sinus infection for 12 days. So that was what hit me this time. Still missing COVID, but I'm going to collect that later.
Dumb question.
Yeah.
What are the symptoms of a sinus infection?
Oh, this is actually, I learned this for the first time ever. When you get a sinus infection, I've never had one before. Your sinuses include your ears, and your ears operate your balance. So what happens is, in this situation, imagine you're like a normal, like a cold, but you don't have any sore throat. At least I didn't.
Okay.
So you have nothing with your throat, which is really weird for me. And everything with your balance, you're just dizzy. I have vertigo or had vertigo for 12 days. And it's just like you get up and you're just a little bit spinny. You're dizzy nonstop. You're just dizzy.
I have a confession to make.
Yeah.
Is that what vertigo is?
Yes. I've never realized specifically what vertigo felt like as distinctly as in the last 2 weeks.
Okay, I'm going to be honest. I thought vertigo was a fear of heights. That's not.
No, that's not.
Is vertigo something you experience because of heights?
Usually, yes.
Wait, you're experiencing vertigo? So what does that mean?
It usually means you become dizzy. Like, to some extent. Like, your sense of balance gets massively changed in some way, shape, or form. You can experience vertigo on apartment or amusement rides. I'll say apartment rides.
Yeah, so I kind of like generally knew that vertigo was related to heights, but like I wasn't sure like what it was until the big age of 3-4, which is now. So do you think most people know what vertigo is?
Yes.
Of course. Okay. No, for sure. Go on about your symptoms though.
No, that's it. I've just been sick, and like that's all I brought to our podcast is delaying it for weeks. Yes, illness.
Oh.
It's unfortunately like every time we're like, oh, we should shoot more. I'm like, oh yes, we should, and then some bad stuff happens. I will say, guys, we have new social media for you guys today. Please follow our Twitter, our Instagram, and of course our TikTok.
Were you like remembering what social media is like currently in use? That
yes.
kind of felt like
no. I was like listing off a mental list, like in order, and like I was making them. Like I was listing out the first one, and I was in my brain thinking of the second one.
Yeah, that felt like. Do we still use MySpace? Do we have a Facebook? I don't know, but yeah, we do have new socials. Please go ahead and follow us for updates and clips and whatever you've missed out on. Please. Otherwise, we're gonna fire everyone behind the camera.
Yes, and we have a new social media person. So Elvia is working with us. So if she loses her job, it's because of you guys.
It's your fault. It's actually just all your fault. None of our fault.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you know what I realized about you?
What?
That's fucking crazy.
What?
I thought you were done with Expedition 33. With the amount that you were fucking like just going sicko dicko mode about like saying how it's the best game ever, which I don't doubt, by the way, because everyone I know is saying it's game of the year, maybe game of the decade. I was like, oh shit, okay, like yeah, I wonder like where Scarra is gonna rank this game in his top all time, and then he fucking tells me he's like, oh man, after like an Elden Ring Nightreign run, he's like, oh man, I feel like I should stream Expedition 33, and I was like, what do you mean by you need a stream? Dude, I thought you finished that game 3 weeks ago.
Let me explain.
Okay.
This came out a month ago. Okay. Expedition 33 is going to go down. I just finished it 2 days ago.
Okay.
It's going to go down.
Well, you finished it?
Yes.
Oh.
It's going to go down as a top 10 game of all time for me. One of the best stories characters of all time. But
it has French people, though.
is single-handedly making the French look better online. And that's very hard because everyone has something bad to say about French people online, which I don't understand because I don't play in French servers. But that's what everyone says. Anyways.
Oh, so it was like an online French people thing? Not just like general French
yes,
people?
I feel like there's two. But I have watched people play the game so much. It gives you the vibe of, okay, you know what this is a good example of? Do you remember Baldur's Gate?
Yeah.
It's super big. You know how Baldur's Gate Act 3 wasn't very good. But before people even got to Act 3, people were already saying Baldur's Gate is game of the year.
Right.
Because the first 20 hours of the experience felt already like an incredible game.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel about Expedition 33. But I would say their Act 3 had some problems as well as Baldur's Gate. But in the end, it still ends up being fantastic, phenomenal, best fucking game I've played this year. Probably the best game I've played in the last 5-10 years.
Wait, how many hours was your playthrough?
I think 30 hours on the dot.
Okay, so I think that's the difference, in my mind at least, as someone who hasn't finished either game. I also haven't started Expedition 33. See, Baldur's Gate, it took me 80 hours to get to Act 3. So, like, there is, like, so many... Listen, we were very thorough.
Yeah.
Or was it 80 hours? It was very long though. It was definitely more than 50 hours.
None of my Baldur's Gate runs have ever made it to Act 3. And I still think the game is phenomenal.
I mean, I think the game's really good, but I do remember by the time I got to Act 3, I was kind of exhausted. I was like, I'm kind of done. Like, it's not even that I dislike the game or think Act 3 is bad. I'm just like tapped out on like playing so much of this game.
So the good thing about Expedition 33 in this regard is that the side missions are like 30 extra hours and the main story is 2 hours. You get to Act 3 after 20 hours of playing and you can finish the game, the story-wise, in 2 hours.
I heard Arya finished the game in one stream.
Yeah, she's actually crazy.
I mean, not that I would compare Arya to mere mortals.
Yeah.
But I was like, when I heard that she just spent one stream finishing the entire fucking game, I was like, holy shit, that's
no, she's
insane.
actually a monster. I've talked about this game for multiple podcasts now. After actually finishing
which is crazy to me because I thought you were done with this game every time you talked about it.
After actually finishing it,
Mm-hmm.
masterpiece.
Out of 10?
It's not a perfect game in all the aspects. I think the UI still fucking sucks, but one person made it, so I don't really need to say anything about it. I think the balance in Act 3 is really wonky. They had to patch it with health sliders, but still, I think they did a kind of a bad job at it. And I think some of the combat the combat's not a 10 out of 10.
Wait, the UI is bad?
Oh, yeah. Once it gets later, like UI management and UI in general is not very good.
Oh, because I remember when I first saw the trailer, it was a UI that kind of stuck out to me.
Cats. But no, it's actually the UI was, I think, management the UI is really bad. But story 10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Characters 10 out of 10. I'm a gameplay first player. I played Lost Ark, and Lost Ark is one of the worst games of all time, but the gameplay is fucking fire. And I'm gonna take a 3-hour podcast to talk about Lost Ark at some point. This game ruined my life when it came to MMOs. It literally, this is my second and third job, but I played that game because the combat was so good. This is a game I played because the characters and story were so good. Even the combat being like an 8 or I would say not 8.59 didn't detract from me wanting to finish just the story.
I mean,
just the fucking story.
8.59 for combat is pretty fucking good, though.
I'll say it's maybe like an 8.5.
I mean, that's still like
I think
really
because of the
good.
balance is really wonky, it feels worse later. But the game is a masterpiece. Would highly recommend everyone fucking play it. It is just it's a game where after I played, I felt such a sense of it's done. Like, wow. I haven't had one of those things, those experiences when you watch like a great movie and when the credits roll, you're just like, wow. Like it's one of those. And I haven't gotten that feeling in such a long time playing games because for games, you always settle. No game has a good fucking story. Okay. I would say, okay, sorry. A lot of games, like for instance, Monster Hunter does.
Whoa! You don't like the story for Monster Hunter? You don't like there's a big baddie causing environmental bullshit, so you go hunt it, then find out that the thing that was causing issues was causing issues because of a bigger, badder monster, rinse, repeat? You don't like that story?
If you put a gun to my head I've played over 300 hours of Monster Hunter. I could not tell you the story on three try for you world wilds or the other one I played. I don't even fucking remember.
I just told you the story, like literally bar for bar. Except for Wild is like a little different, but like yeah.
Like it's so bad. Like it's so like okay. I would say for video games, you settle a lot on story. Because like I would say written fiction has had the best stories I've ever read, and then when it comes to like stories on the gaming medium, you settle. Like an 8 out of 10 is like a 10 out of 10. And that's how I feel for this. It's like, wow, the story was so much better than the average. Like you realize that you get served slop a lot. And you're like, okay, I guess I'll eat it because you're just so used to it. It's really good.
I'm
It's
just imagining
really
like,
good.
wait, wow, this story is significantly better than any of the manhwa garbage I've been reading lately.
No,
actually,
like
quality.
I will like the main character doesn't get isekai'd. Doesn't come back in or regress and then talk about a pat. It's just like,
And you liked it still?
It was
that's insane.
It was phenomenal. I know I'm not the king to judge quality, but it is just wow. Okay,
Jesus Christ.
I'm so enamored by how this game went.
And I'm gonna play it soon.
Yeah.
As soon as I finish Cyberpunk 2077.
I have watched 9 different one of our friends go through the cutscenes.
Mhm.
That's what I was doing instead of finishing the game. When they're streaming, I have them pull them onto my main monitor. Me and my chat are watching fucking with popcorn, being like cinema as we like eat popcorn. Oh, she doesn't know. You know, it's actually so funny. I've done like 9 separate watch parties when they're close to cutscenes, and my chat right now tells me they're like, "Yo, your friend is about to get to the cutscene." I'm like, pause. Pause. We go over, pull it up, and we just fucking eat popcorn as we watch. It's actually great.
I would actually love for it to be a bit where every time you just watch the cuts, you actually just pulled a bag of popcorn out and just started eating while watching the cutscenes.
It's actually wild. Like it's so good. I'm done. It's great.
I tried avoiding spoilers as much as possible, but I have seen a few like clips of Ben Starr voicing like he's like some sort of monster or something. And then like those were like the biggest draws for me to play the game, because I think I forget the exact clip, but he's basically like, yeah, I can't party with you, I gotta leave. He's like, well, there's gonna be fighting, and he's like, oh yeah, there is, isn't it? Yeah, I'm in. Like that was just like, all right, I'm sold. That character is great. I don't know who the fuck he is. That character is great. I'm gonna play the game. No spoilers. Jazz hands. Dude, I've been lagging so much on playing Cyberpunk recently though, because like there's just been like so many reasons to play literally any other game.
We've been addicted to Nightreign recently.
Yes, we've been playing a lot of Elden Ring Nightreign.
So usually for me, I'm streaming TFT as my main game, and then or League, and then my side game is whatever I'm interested in at the time, or my friends want to play together. Whether it's more League, whether it's some game of the week. I have not played my main game because every single fucking day, Sydney, our friend, messages me and Peter in our group chat, hey, Nightreign time?
Literally
Nightreign?
after this shoot, guys, as soon as the shoot ends, Scarra is going to drive home, and then we're going to boot up Nightreign. Like, Sid is literally tapping her watch right now, like, Nightreign time? It's Nightreign time.
In our group chat, she's like, is 3 okay? What about 4? No, 4 is fine. If you guys are done by 4, I'll be doing this. But as soon as we're good, 4? And then so after this, we're going to be playing together because she wants to have a session where we beat all 8 Night Lords.
Oh my god, we literally said that. We said that we would not. Okay, we're gonna stream after this today,
and we might be streaming till midnight.
Yes, well, past midnight. I don't know. She wants to fuck it. She's like, not ending stream till we beat all the Night Lords.
Yes. So there's 8 final bosses in Elden Ring Nightreign. It's a 3v3 cooperative game roguelike, which is really interesting. They did some really weird stuff with this one.
Dude, we hated it at first.
It's literally all the bad aspects of Apex Legends put into Elden Ring. And then afterwards, you kind of admire the jankiness and like how it works. And I've been really loving it. And so have everyone.
It's really good. Also, I thought I would be the tanky knight shield boy that I always am in every fucking game I ever play. I always love like the paladin / knight archetype. And this time I was like, you know what? Let me just try out Iron Eye. You know, the guy with the pew pew bow. I hate being agility characters. I hate being dexterity characters. I've almost never played like the thief / rogue / archer bow class, and this time it clicked. Oh god, I'm such a disgusting piece of shit. It clicked. It clicked. Iron Eye is so good. You just do the fucking dash. You mark enemies. The mark pops if you do enough damage. You just fucking rezzing and like. By the way, in this game, you fucking res allies by hitting them, and like swinging in this game and auto targeting is fucking bad. It's really bad. Just bad because the camera like swings around. You overshoot your swing sometimes. There was one time Scarra literally was one hit away from resing me. He misses, runs out of stamina, gets aggroed by the boss, and then dies. When all he had to do was hit me one more time. And I can't even blame him because I know for a fact that he was auto-locked on me, but the sword just fucking swung right over my body and we fucking lost the run, and I wouldn't have it any other way. It's just like, you don't even really get mad, I feel like, when you just like get shit on. You just like, fuck it, go next. I don't know. It's so addicting.
The gameplay loop is so good that we've currently clocked in. I think personally, I'm at 26 hours, and the game has been out we've been playing it for about a week.
Yeah, and also on top of that, Sid has never played an Elden Ring game like ever. Like the closest I would say was probably Monster Hunter.
She did,
right?
Yes, she did Tree Sentinel on Elden Ring. Didn't beat it and quit the game.
Do you think she'll go back to Elden Ring?
Really?
No. What about the co-op mod? I think maybe with the co-op
too much
mod.
friction. I don't think so.
You think so?
I don't think so.
All right. Maybe this is just like the perfect storm of elements that she likes. I think if she dies to fall damage one time in Elden Ring, she'll fucking lose her shit. Yeah.
The fact that there's no fall damage is...
It's pretty big. Kind of nice. But yeah, I mean, that's been really fun. Big reason why I haven't been playing. R6 Siege just dropped like a huge like Overwatch 2 style update where they overhauled visuals, added new mechanics, and like overall... I think it's good. I've been enjoying it. I saw all my friends get sponsored by it. Siege X.
Siege X.
Yeah. All my friends got sponsored by it, which I'm so happy for them, Ubisoft, because I don't need to be paid to play your game because I love it so much. Not that I would mind getting paid to play your game because it's so good. I love it. You want to play Siege sometime?
No.
Okay. Anyway.
Okay, Rainbow Six Siege, in my opinion, is like one of the worst FPSs out there. But I think it's only fun if you're playing with a group of people who are just being idiots.
The new player experience for Siege is atrocious. It's really bad because it's so hard and different from any other shooter. But I think that's what makes me like it so much is that it's so different from other shooters. And it's the game that maximizes on, oh, this is some dumb bullshit I can do.
Dude, literally, R6 Siege is how every game starts. All right, I'm about to break in, but first, let me whip out a drone. Oh, they're right there, guys. Or coast is clear, and then you break in. Let me whip out a drone. And then I don't know. I just don't like droning. I feel like it's such an important part.
No, that's fun. You don't need. Fuck it. Don't drone. I'll drone for you, Scarra. I'll drone for you.
I've only played a couple hours. I played a guy with a hammer, I think called Sledge.
Yeah.
And then here's what I do. I'm like, breaking in. I like break down the hatch or a window, and I jump in, and I can't pull my gun out fast enough, and I die.
That's because you need to throw stun grenades in first, Scarra. You need to use your utility.
Anyways, I'm just fucking dead.
This is a game that operates like 90% of it is info.
Yeah, it's a tactical shooter, and I play FPSs to turn off my brain.
That's fair.
And so, like, I love games like Apex, where there's a lot of bad things about Apex, but when you like hit stuff in Apex, like the dopamine just goes crazy. But R6 is like...
It's an intellectuals game. I understand. It's difficult. I get it. Yeah, it's hard. But to be fair, though...
I play TFT.
I am
an intellectual.
I was watching SK play for the first time.
Yeah?
And she does not drone.
Okay.
Or like when she drones, she doesn't know where to drone because she's new.
Yeah.
So all she does is she breaks in, and then when she sees someone, she just head taps them. You just need to be like SK. Like you don't need info if you just have like freakishly good aim.
You know what I do instead?
What?
I was not gifted with God-given gamer game. Instead, I was gifted with...
Sorry, what?
I was gifted with a huge brain for TFT, not sponsored, by the way. Sorry, this is a gift from Felix over there, our camera op. He got us posters from the TFT set, and that's why what these things are on our table.
What is the current set?
We are currently in Cyber City. It's this one.
Oh, wait, how long is a TFT set around?
4 months, right? 3 months. They do 3 sets a year. Every set is new. Except for this is probably the least new set ever.
I know this is some dumb bullshit.
Yes.
And like this makes me sound like a fucking noob.
Yeah.
Because I am.
Yeah.
You know what? You want to know why the main reason I don't play TFT?
Why?
I hate scouting. And it's not even, well, I mean, but I feel like I should scout. But at the same time, it's not even that, it's like, it's going through the different boards that bothers me. I just feel like a pervert because they could see when I'm looking at their board. You know what I mean? I just feel like, I was like, oh, I shouldn't be here. This is their property. You know, like I'm like breaking into their home or something.
What if they like that?
Well, then that makes me feel weirder, I guess. I don't know. But then also when someone scouts me, I'm like, get the fuck out of here, bitch. You don't live here. You don't belong here. Get the fuck off my board. You know what I mean? Like, I wish there was an augment where you just like put a protective barrier around your board so they can't see what's on your board.
That would be a sick augment. Mortdog, get the fucking work.
Like imagine you had a prismatic augment where like they can't see your shit. You know what I mean? Or they could only see like 30% of it. You know what I mean?
It'd be sick where like only the person who fights you sees what you're playing, and the person who fights you starts just typing information. Yeah, they're going this, and someone else fight. Wait a fucking second.
Yeah.
But that would be cool. I think
I was a cook. I was kind of a cook. I don't know. I just feel like a pervert, and I feel like other people that check my board are perverts. You fucking perverts, get the fuck away from me.
So scouting's very important in this game. It's an 8-player free for all, and going like the right play requires you to scout to see what your enemies are doing a lot. The thing I do is I just assume everyone scouts me, and I just swap last second to the other side. I don't even scout. I just do it. And I'm like, I got him, but I didn't get anything. So
This is why Hearthstone Battlegrounds is the superior game.
Don't fucking say that to me.
You just hover over their profile picture thing, and it'll tell you what like comp they're going and like how many like gold star like super units they have. And then like what streak they're on, but you don't have to like look at their entire board.
You know, I
just go off of vibes.
I almost refuse to play Hearthstone Battlegrounds out of principle, but I will try it at some point.
It's fun. It's okay. What I love about it is that like for the most part, they give you a lot of time for your turn. So like I'm just watching like Top Chef or like someone stream, maybe an Expedition 33 stream. I don't know. It's the perfect like. I'm on a treadmill game. You know what I mean?
I saw Dog play, who's a top dog is like a goat at this game.
Mm-hmm.
And he's playing someone where like he's using every second of the turn. It's like a full 2-minute waiting stage. And he's just like APM to 500 and just going crazy.
Comp. Yeah, there are definitely comps where like, especially in the late game, like you're going infinite essentially. So like you have to use the entire fucking turn to like maximize min-max. But like, you know, early on, it was like, oh, I bought a unit, sold a unit, placed it. Now I got like 45 seconds left in my turn where I don't really got shit to do. I'm going to open up a different game.
You know, it hurts me because all my friends play, most of my friends play Hearthstone Battlegrounds over
Wait,
TFT.
Really?
Yes. Jody plays it. Sean plays it. Broden plays it. Toast has played it. Plays it more than TFT a lot of times. And so it's just something where I'm just like, am I the wrong one? But I'm never the wrong one. Like it feels like it's not a personal problem. The other people are wrong. I'm not wrong.
There goes your fucking Blizzard sponsor, idiot. Fucking got his ass. No, I mean, it's just like purely a preference thing. I think if I had Hearthstone Battlegrounds with the aesthetic of TFT, it would be like my perfect auto battler game.
Yes.
Because I think the biggest downside to Hearthstone Battlegrounds for me is purely the aesthetic. Like I just like it's like I don't hate it. I love like the Warcraft setting, but I do like kind of I'm like a weeb. So like the TFT and League is definitely more like weeb adjacent.
And the next TFT set is an anime tournament arc inspired set.
Wait, is it like Battle Academy or whatever? Or?
No, it's like literally they marketed it as a tourney arc.
Oh,
like for anime. I'm just saying, we haven't seen any of it.
All right, let me see what the chibi is, and then we'll start. We'll talk. Except I hate how they fucking monetize the chibis now. It's so ass.
I will go ahead and say it. TFT monetization though has gone absolutely absurd. Each of the chibis are going for like hundreds of dollars to guarantee them. And I have a stats nerd in my chat who just like literally just spews stats nonstop. He did the numbers for me, and it's like slightly less, or it's about a 50% chance going to pity. So like every other time you're spending actually the full $200.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Which is absurd for like the chibi, you know, like the cosmetic. So I don't know, man. I like it's Riot's done the thing for Valo, and Riot's done the thing for League where they their gameplay experience is so good. They've pushed out a lot of their competitors. They're all watching from the sidelines and are watching Riot be like, "Yo, how far can we push these guys?" They can push them pretty far.
Ever since they added the add $500 to your Riot points bullshit, like I was like, okay, that's kind of crazy. Because I remember when 100 was the max that you
100's a lot.
add at a time. They made $500 like an option. Like, hey, but look how much bonus RP you're getting with $500. You know what I mean?
Yeah, our bonus fake currency that we made just to make you use more money.
Also, like, there's like a new tier of skin, right?
Yes.
I want to say that's
There's a Hall of Legends faker, and now Uzi is the second one to get a $500 skin.
Kaisa, right?
Yes.
But no, there's like, but there is a skin line below that also.
Yeah.
Is it Prestige? No, not Prestige. There's like, Jinx got one. I think Pantheon got one.
Yeah, it's like $100.
It's like where you like, they give you like a custom banner for it. I forgot what the tier is called, but I remember I think it costs like $200-ish to unlock the skin. I'm like, holy sicko fucking dicko mode. In this economy, that's fucking crazy. Exalted.
Oh, it's
skins,
exalted
of
skins.
course. Exalted.
All I know is like it costs more money for stuff, but somehow stuff is like prices of things are going higher. They make the math work. I don't fucking know. I don't get it.
I don't know. I think it's cosmetics are becoming more and more just like unaffordable.
And
you know,
as a person who only makes financially responsible decisions, luckily instead of putting money into TFT, I've decided instead to take a car payment and put it into my newest hobby and addiction, Magic the Gathering.
Not just Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering, Final Fantasy. Is it Universes Beyond? Is that what
it's Universes Beyond, I think.
Yeah, so basically, Magic is going the route of collabs good. Only collabs good.
Mm-hmm.
Collabs.
They've become Fortnite, where they have this thing where they bring in other IPs into their universe.
Yeah, and I want to say, okay, I don't really know the history of it. I want to say in the past, though, it would just be like limited drops, either like Commander precons or like Secret Lair, stuff like that. But I think starting with Lord of the Rings, they actually... Oh, wait, no. Lord of the Rings was modern only, actually. So...
essentially, you weren't able to legally play these cards in...
Standard.
In formats. In like standard specifically,
Yeah.
which is like their most common format of like one-on-one 40 card decks.
Yeah.
60 card decks.
60 card decks.
And now they're legal everywhere. And they cost a fuckload. Hey, bring them out. All
right. Well, I mean... as an example, we have some of the Commander precons.
We bought
from Final
these
Fantasy.
as an example.
He says we as if he spent any money on these. We have some examples here. These are the precons that are available for the Final Fantasy set. I personally have been a lifelong fan of Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 8 being my personal favorite, even though that's a little, controversial, I think some people would say.
I am a Final Fantasy 7 fan. I remember trying to farm Ruby and Emerald Weapon and fucking not ever being able to do it when I was a kid because I was stupid. And I was never able to get Knights of the Round, I think.
You never got Knights of the Round? Are you even a real Final Fantasy fan? Ugh.
Anyways,
disgusting.
How much did we spend on these precons?
Oh, I don't know. Because I ordered this along with other product. So I wouldn't be able to tell you individually how much these cost. I want to say these are like $60 each.
There we go. Financially responsible. It's these four is one exalted skin. That's how you should think about it. We're actually making a better financial decision
we have
here.
physical product. Like, it's in my hands.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Final Fantasy. Okay, listen. Let's be honest. This is a horrible financial decision. But this is my splurge of the year. Like, straight up, this is my splurge of the year. Like, I went sicko mode. I'm going to be honest. I bought a bunch of collector's boxes hoping to chase a neon chocobo, which I did not open. I'm very sad about that still.
You said a lot of words. Let me break it down for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. The new set has Hasbro, the parent company, decided we need more money. So I have not been in Magic since, I would say, 10 years. And in the 10 years, they've produced these things called collector booster packs, which are like alt art, like special types of cards.
So, yeah, basically super juiced packs with like alternate arts, foils, and like certain types of cards that you could only find in the collector boosters as opposed to the play boosters, which is like your standard booster.
And in this time, because Final Fantasy is their best-selling set of all time, even before it came out, the pre-orders alone makes it the best-selling set. the MSRP for a collector box, which is 12 collector boosters, is $460 ish. The going rate, say the market price.
Last time I checked, market price for a collector booster box is $800-ish, so almost double the price.
$800. You can buy every Final Fantasy from 1 to 16 with the amount of money it takes to buy one collector box.
Yes.
Anyways, Peter bought 6.
Not all at market though. Well, actually, none at market.
Yes, none at market.
Fuck you. First of all, okay. I got one box at MSRP because I pre-ordered it back in February.
Oh, here we go.
And the rest of the boxes I got at a quote-unquote discount because I am part of their membership loyalty program, which knocks like 15% off the price, which for a product as expensive as like the collector boxes is actually a significant amount. So I was able to get my boxes at about $650 per, which still way too expensive, but I really want it. And also I bought it from my local card shop. Like, okay.
He's supporting small businesses.
I will say that my biggest pet peeve lately in the collecting space, like as someone who's been collecting Pokemon and Magik physically, it really like frustrates me that card shops have been selling their product at market value now. Basically at a scalper price.
Yes.
Which is like, I want to support local businesses, but at the same time, it's like what am I even doing here? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not helping. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to like justify in my head that I'm supporting local business, but it's like, oh, but you're charging at market. But I also understand that like, if they don't charge market rate, scalpers just buy the product and sell it at market rate. So I understand that like the card shops like want their piece of the pie too, but like it really just sucks for like your average collector, you know?
I think recently with Pokemon and all the card games that you can make that are physical money and cost like dollar bills, there have been scalpers coming in and inflating prices everywhere. So, and I think that sucks for the common person who just wants. I like Final Fantasy. I have not played in 10 years. I came back for this. I just spent money on Magic Gathering Arena. I was playing it on my phone before this podcast because I'm like, because I was like, I want to get back into it. And so it got me to do the thing. But as I want to try to buy stuff, I have been trying to buy cases. And I've been trying to buy cases at like the $500, $600 mark. I have 0 cases so far.
Did you tell them that you're Scarra from TFT?
I didn't.
Did you tell them you're Scarra from Dignitas? From OTV?
I didn't try to clout chase this, but this is like, I very rarely use my clout like specifically to get stuff. With the exception of like, I want to clout for this.
This is the one thing I would use my clout on.
Where I'd be like, yo, you know me? Scarra here. Yeah, you might have
Toast's got a guy. Toast has got a guy. I need to find this guy.
My roommate, Disguised Toast, has a guy. And the guy sent it to him at pretty much MSRP.
Basically MSRP.
Which is, he got 2 collector boxes. And
$4,000.
I want 6. It's not possible. You know what? And I'm okay with that. I think it's better for me financially not to spend a boatload on this. But I do want to. And it's the one thing I usually don't spend money on stuff. Like my highest expense for the month is actually personal training, which is really crazy, which I think I'm going to stop because it's too expensive. But it's really good for me.
Personal training really fucking adds up. It's actually crazy.
No, especially because the guy I have is like just absurdly good. And his time is like super valuable. But I want to get into this, but it's definitely like wow, that's a lot of fucking money. How do normal people buy this shit?
They don't.
Like, cause like I would say I'm above average in what in like my current age group and my demographic. Like I make money, right? As a streamer who's fairly successful. And like I'm looking at the prices and being like, shit. And like how do people buy this?
Yeah, this is literally my fucking splurge of the year. Like I'm trying to pass up on like so many other things that I want specifically so I could buy this product because I love Magik. It is by far my favorite like card game to both collect and play. And also I fucking love Final Fantasy. Like I'm nerding the fuck out over this set. And it's just like, dude, there's a Diabolos card from Final Fantasy VIII in this set, but it's like a promo and I don't know how to get it. And I've been looking at eBay listings. I'm like, oh god, do I spend the $50 fucking for this Diabolos? I think I will. Oh god, but yeah.
Me and Peter pulled on stream on Toast Stream the other day, and we both had a card we wanted. We're like, we want this. I want the Cat Girl Y'shtola from Final Fantasy 14, Cat Girl anime waifu. I pulled it. Toast gave it to me because he's a homie. You wanted.
I wanted the Surge Foil Squall from Final Fantasy VIII because he's my favorite Final Fantasy character, and also I wanted to make a commander deck around him, and we fucking pulled it. Like, I actually couldn't believe my eyes when we fucking pulled it. And Toast also gave it to me, plus all the other cards he didn't want because he's a homie. So,
yeah, he's a homie. So like, it's something where like there's a lot. It's exciting. There's incredible arts. All the stuff. The product looks really good. I just wish Hasbro wasn't so fucking greedy. But like, that's just
okay. I mean, I know this is selfish and like logistically something about it probably doesn't make sense. I just wish that all these like collector products were like on a pre-order basis where they just like fulfill whatever amount of orders that they pre-order, and then like after that they like limit the amount of stock they just release going for it. Like, that makes the most sense to me, that anyone who wants the product upon release is able to get it, and that's it. I personally don't actually fucking give a shit whether like the cards intrinsically have value. I just want the cards because card art is cool. Like, yeah. I just like if this fucking Surge Foil double-sided Sephiroth was $3, I wouldn't give a fuck because I'm not even planning on selling any of these cards. I just want it for my collection so I could both like have it as part of my collection and also just play with it.
For me, I realize I'm never gonna sell anything that is like a dollar price on the stuff I pull. With the exception of, there's a serialized Chocobo that's currently selling for a house. It's 6 figures.
Whoa, what house are you buying for fucking 6 figures?
A house in Texas, a small one, at 1 bedroom.
An outhouse, maybe.
An outhouse in Texas. And it's there's one of 77 golden Chocobos. And they are currently going for a ridiculous price.
Yeah. Okay. You could fact check me on this, but I heard that there were card shops in Canada or somewhere that were putting out a bounty in the 6-figure range for anyone who would sell them their golden Chocobo. And
which is just absurd, by the way. A 6-figure price. That's the one ring was sold to Post Malone for $2 million. And it's one of the highest like payments for a single card ever. But there's only one. It's one of one, the One Ring.
But the crazy part is, if like these golden Chocobo actually have a bounty of 6 figures, there's 77 of them. So actually, if you think about it, the total inherent value across all golden Chocobos combined would be way more than the One Ring. Because yeah, just 6 figures per is insane.
Yeah, all I know is that's the reason why I wanted to open the collector box, because in my heart of hearts, I think it'd be so cool. Just like every little kid who watched Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, it would be awesome to pull the golden ticket.
And that's why
no one ever fucking does, except for this one kid that the movie's based around, and you're not the main character. You're the side NPC, the fucking dumbass fat kid who falls in the chocolate fountain. That's who you are. You're not the guy who pulls the golden ticket.
But what if we were?
You're not.
Well, listen, like, hear me out. I've been talking to my bank a lot and trying to pull out a loan because I think it would be a great financial decision to try and buy like maybe like 30 cases of collector booster boxes and just open till we hit a golden Chocobo. Surely we make our money back.
Every single YouTube channel that's open cases I've watched, they have a dollar amount on like the top left or the bottom or the top right, and they start opening, and they're opening like 100 boxes essentially, or like tens plus boxes, and the dollar amount of how much they make keeps going down
ridiculously
because it is not a finance. You're not hitting unless you hit the Chocobos. That's pretty much it,
dude. So like Surge Foil Y'shtola is like $450, and that is like one of the top hits that you can get outside of the Chocobos. And even then, if you hit that plus like a few more top cards, you still will maybe make up 90% of the price that you probably paid if you're paying at market rate. You are not opening these boxes to make money. You're opening these boxes to gamble at a chance of getting a Chocobo. That's basically that's the premium you're paying for.
Yep, it's not great. And that feels like every TCG. The only fun part is that since there's more hits per box or per booster, because the booster costs $70 each booster, you are on average going to be hitting a lot more than if you're opening One Piece or opening Pokemon, but it comes at a very, very steep price.
And that's why I'm purely buying these things from like a collector perspective. I know I'm going negative on each box. I know that I'm not making nearly the funny thing is, even if I fucking hit the golden chocobo, my dumb ass would probably keep the card.
Oh, I would actually keep the card for
my dumbass would keep whoa, this is like $100,000. Sleeve goes into my folder.
I would legitimately get it graded and it would sit behind me on stream every single day.
Dude,
I'd only break it open if I suddenly went to debt.
In case of emergency,
yeah,
like
medical debt, and like my family and my friends are dying and like we need money.
Sorry, did you say medical debt in America? You're gonna need 2 golden chocobos, pal. You think one's gonna cover it? Buddy, do I have news for you?
One chocobo is just the ambulance to get to the hospital.
Yeah. No. Dude, oh my, sorry. My mom took an ambulance to the hospital once because she was having like heart issues.
Yeah.
$5,000. $5,000 fucking dollars.
You can buy a case of Final Fantasy with
that. Yeah. Hey, Mom, have you considered just like not going to the hospital? I could have gotten that golden chocobo.
I hate that the right way to play the medical system is like file and hope they're like, oh yeah, like these aren't real expenses. Like you're just paying this because like they like soup up all their fucking prices for insurance companies to pay, and the common man can never pay it. So you're supposed to like call them out on their bullshit, and they give you a smaller figure.
Yeah, I think every Reddit thread I see that's like it's like a life hack is like, oh, if you ever get like a medical bill, always try to dispute the charges on your bill, and then a lot of times they'll like take stuff off of it. But like that just sounds like fucking psychotic to me. It's like, why did you even have those charges on in the fucking first place then?
It's fucked. The health is fucked. And if you're not rich to be able to counteract some stuff, it is awful.
Listen, Scarra, if I go into medical debt, just kill me instead. Okay? Like if I'm having a heart attack and like you're about to call the ambulance, that's when I stab your fucking ankles. Like you hang up that fucking phone right now. Do not call an ambulance.
The best thing is I take life insurance out against him. I'm the one who feeds him the thing that kills him, and then I use it to buy Final Fantasy packs.
Okay, well,
and in his death, I will have then became hundreds of chocobos.
Okay,
richer.
You have to hit though. If you don't hit, I will fucking haunt you.
It would be really embarrassing if I was able to get like hundreds of boxes and I don't hit a chocobo.
I'm just imagining you go live after I die and you're just surrounded by collector's boxes and you're just like, this is what Peter would have wanted. Anita who? I don't know. I feel like maybe I was a little delusional because there are the serialized golden chocobos, but there's still a tier of rare chocobo under the golden chocobos that are still very valuable. It's like the neon inked red, blue, and green chocobos, and also a special Japanese neon black chocobo.
I love the idea of like chocobos being the chase. I hate that they're so rare. They cost $2,000 each.
It's really funny though because Celine was over at the Birio Kart stream for Sid's birthday, and she was saying like, "Oh, she wants the chocobos because she likes chocobos, but also she thought they would be common."
Yeah, no.
And I was like, there are a couple common chocobos, but not that one.
It's like the chance of getting a chocobo is like 1 every 2 cases, which I think 12 boxes or something.
Something like 1 in 12 boxes, I think, is what I heard. That's a lot of boxes.
You're spending a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Anyways, everything here is out to get you and you financially. You're getting financially dominated by gacha games, by Riot games, by Hasbro. Just choose your domination wisely. You're all in to find them. You just gotta choose which one.
I pick all of the above. I'm gonna probably buy more boxes later. I'm gonna be honest.
The funniest things after I said all this shit, I've accepted that I'm part of the problem.
Well,
I have some boxes I'm gonna go open in like a week or two. So
yeah. I hope you don't hit because I didn't.
That's fucked up.
I know that's fucked up. That's why I said it. But anyway,
let's move this shit out of the way.
Whoa. Respectfully,
I will move your solo over here.
Okay. As much as we've been having a lot of fun this week with these games and like collector's products and stuff, there has been a very serious situation occurring in Los Angeles.
In LA, there's a lot of ICE raids right now. A department here to get rid of so illegal immigrants are going into Home Depots and random locations to try to bring people into essentially internment camps. It's tearing families apart, and I think it is a terrible thing that's happening. And that the fact that our president is allowing and I would say escalating situations in LA is crazy. There's protests out, I would say every single day, and we just wanted to bring to light that it is awful.
Yeah.
It is something that I do not hope on anyone.
There's like this kind of like there's been like rumors going around or like a general overtone where people outside of California think that like Los Angeles is on fire, when in reality like the majority of the protests are peaceful, and there's been a lot of escalation from like the people that Trump has been sending into Los Angeles. So it's just extremely sad and disappointing to see. I mean, well, I had no faith in this administration to begin with, to be honest. But like, it's always been kind of like how much worse can it get? And the answer is, a lot fucking worse. We obviously support the protesters, and we support just like the undercurrent of resistance against the current administration. Obviously, there's a lot of people saying like, oh, well, what about the rioters and like the whatever, like the violence? But obviously, there's always going to be bad faith actors who try to take advantage of these types of situations. But I think overall, like the protests, like we are in full support.
I think the most important thing right now is try to stay as well educated as you can. I'm not as well educated on the subject matter as I would like to be, which is why I spent some time looking up stuff the other day. We'll be leaving links in our description for the video. That's all we wanted to say about it.
Yep. Let's carry on with recommendations.
We're trying something new this time. For each recommendation, first of all, I told Peter before, we're only doing one. Secondly, this was a while ago, so now we only bring one because I think it's better, like focuses the conversation. And two, got a recommendation that we should try to sell these as if we're auctioneers. So I'm ready. I've been ready for about a week and a half because I found something that was very interesting. I did not think it would actually happen. Okay. Have you ever wanted to read Tower of God, but you thought the first season art was pretty bad?
Terrible.
Or you thought that it really dragged, but you really loved the world building and wish there was another more modern story in the Tower of God series that has lasted, I think, almost 10 years. Well, boy, do I have a story for you, because this time they have done Urek Mazino's Ascent of Tower of God. For people who don't know, Urek is a character in Tower of God that is like the fucking bad boy awesome dude who wears a fucking just like normal everyday attire with a baseball cap and is one of the strongest people in the universe. He's like the ultimate badass. Kind of reminds me of, if anyone ever watched Magi, Sinbad. He's like the ultimate awesome dude. And everyone's always like, wow, wonder how he like did his ascent. Wonder no more. This is for you. There's currently 12 chapters out where he gets into the tower, climbs up from the very beginning. But it is paced way better. Good example is the first trial is the King's game, where in Tower of God, the arcs take a long time, but they're trying to make the pacing a lot better, especially for modern readers, and I really appreciate that. Do I think it's going to be good? I don't fucking know. I don't read Tower of God right now. But I hope it has some potential, and it looks like it has some potential, and it follows a cool character. I think it's always cool to follow a character that you like to cheer for. And in Tower of God, Bam is okay. But this guy, this is the badass. This is the Sinbad of Tower of God. You're interested immediately because he's fucking cool. And I hope they do really well. 11 chapters in. We're going to mark this as potential. What do you think? That's
you kept saying Tower of God. You kept saying Tower of God, but better. And I'm just like, man, I just really didn't like Tower of God that much. It was
I think Tower of God has really great world. World building on Tower of God is close to awesome, but the pacing is close to awful sometimes.
You kept saying Tower of God. I mean, I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot because
I'm selling it to our viewers. I'm not selling it to you.
I as your co-host, I feel like I should give these things a shot because honestly, I would say based off recommendations, I've liked 2 of every 3 recommendations you've given me.
Yeah.
For example, like the
Eternally Regressing Night.
Eternally Regressing Night is honestly such a good fucking read, and I cannot wait till he gets with that hot elven commander lady.
That's the dream. That's the dream.
Listen, I'm all about romance, so like I can't wait. I can't fucking wait. All right. Speaking of romance, do I have the somewhat okay recommendation for you? Because there hasn't been much I've been reading lately that I've been blown away by.
You lost me already. Keep going.
I mean, listen, I like comfy romance manga. Okay?
Whoa, sell it to me. Sell it to me.
Do you guys like Nisekoi? Love Hina? Were you not completely mad at other generic romance manga of that caliber? Well, do I have the recommendation for you? You'll be reading this and be like, oh, yeah, black-haired main character that's good at somewhat niche activity? Wow, that's awesome. I love that for me. Well, there's a series that I've talked about a little bit in the past called Hima 10, all right? Hima 10 is a romance harem manga. I'm going to just front load that just in case you fucking hate harem, okay? If you don't want harem, read Blue Box. So
we love women.
We do love women, plural. So, yeah, Hima 10 is basically about a high school kid who needs to make money, and the thing he's like good at is housekeeping, which was like an activity / thing that he kind of picked up on from his father, who isn't home a lot. He ends up being the housekeeper for one of his classmates, who is a very well-known content creator / idol-ish. No, more like content creator and self-employed businesswoman. And then it's the story of him being her housekeeper, but then he also, you know, of course, has the black-haired childhood romance friend who he has an unrequited crush on. Oh, but it turns out his childhood friend also has a crush on him. They just don't know that they like each other at the same time. Oh my God, what a crazy trope that's never been seen before. But there's her, there's the content creator friend that he's now working for, and also the content creator friend's other friend who's also a model, who also they all just pine for his affection and romance. I think I like this series because the art is good. The main protagonist, while dense, isn't like a fucking idiot, and he also isn't like a wimp. I've read a lot of these kind of harem romance manga where like the main character is a wimp, and you do not see why any girl would actually be attracted to them in the first place. This guy, like, he's just like a guy. Like, he is really good, head on his shoulders, responsible, dependable, and like he doesn't like freak the fuck out the way other main protagonists generally do. I read, out of like sheer curiosity, the most recent like 3 chapters of Rent a Girlfriend.
I was gonna bring that up. Go for it. I
was like, dude, you're a pathetic sack of shit, and damn, even I kind of feel bad for you, man. Do you know what happened? Can we talk about it? It's really recent.
Spoilers for Rent a Girlfriend.
Spoilers for Rent a Girlfriend, a very well-known, story-driven, very well-written series.
It's up there with Domestic Girlfriend in terms of quality.
And good ending, if you know that one. Terrible. Anyway, so Rental Girlfriend. Sorry, that was my sell on that series though. It's just like likable characters with good art and like a likable, like the main character, the main guy being likable is like a huge plus because half the time they're not.
It's so funny because while you were saying this, I realized how people listen to me when I talk about regression manga. I started zoning out because all of the things started overlapping in my head, and then I had a euphoric discovery. I was like, "This is me." This is when you talk about like
low-key,
harem.
I think what I'm talking about is way worse because it's like a harem romance
when you're
manga.
talking about harem romance, you're like, but he's not that stupid. And I'm like, and they're not that bad regressed. He's like, it's not that bad. And so I get it. I'm so happy. I get it. It finally clicked.
Listen, romance harem manga were my fucking bread and butter when I was a sad, lonely boy.
Yeah, and then you also in the like in like solo leveling want to be Sung Jin Woo because you can't name any of the other characters. And in this harem manga, I'm sure you could like the main character is just pathetic enough to where you could put yourself as
He's
him.
not pathetic. Well, yeah, it's kind of a self-insert a little bit.
Yeah, and that's great. I feel closer to you
What?
already.
What?
We were already close.
No. Oh God, I hate this. So the series is not finished, and damn, I always root for the childhood friend. Never fucking happens. Childhood friend route never fucking wins, except for this one series where they literally made a route for every heroine.
Oh.
Which I'm forgetting the name of right now. It's the one with the guy who's a tutor. Like tutor as a romance option is very common cliche, unfortunately. It's the one where one of the main guy is only known for being really good at studying, and there's many heroines, but one of them is like really good at the arts but wants to get into the sciences, and one of them is really good at the sciences but wants to get into literature, which he's terrible at. And one of them is a childhood friend who's a swimmer. Forgot the name of it. It's the same artist that did... I'm not going to remember. But, yeah. That's the only romance manga in recent memory where the childhood friend wins. And that's because everyone won. Even the teacher. Which, legally speaking, I'm not sure how that works. So, yeah. Not finished. I believe it's about 40 chapters. Somewhere in that ballpark. Not done, but like... pretty good bulk of it out there.
The childhood friend trope is like the same as regressing and then saving your family from dying from an illness that you could only get as a cure in the magical world, but you were too low ranked to be able to acquire it. I get it. It's all connected, baby.
Yeah. No. Okay. Well, yeah. So that's my series that I'm recommending because it's like a solid, comfy 7 out of 10 for a romance manga. I just haven't read anything that I haven't really talked too much about recently that's blown me away. Otherwise, I would recommend like Centuria or like Mad or Ichi the Witch. But like I've talked about those things like ad nauseum at this point. So yeah. So that's my rec of the week because, you know, we got Mr. Regressor and Mr. Romance over here. So that's all we're good for.
Mr. Regressor. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll fucking take that.
But
just call me Sung Jin Woo, bro.
Oh, dude. Oh, like, sorry. I get reminded of all like
Arise.
No, literally. Oh.
Do you think that's how the VA does it? Arise.
Dude, sorry. Now you're just reminding me of all these like shitty Twitter posters that have Sung Jin Woo as their profile picture, and then they're like giga transphobic in all their replies to any tweet ever.
What the fuck?
Sorry. Like,
yo, me and Sung Jin Woo would never be transphobic.
Listen, but a lot of people who use Sung Jin Woo as his fucking profile picture on Twitter would.
You know what that reminds me of? Do you remember when was it Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul had his picture was everywhere, especially when it came to like online couples. It would be like or like people who just broke up, and it'd be like him in sadness as like, I don't know if rain was falling in the scene, but it should have been falling.
The amount of people that unironically use those profile pictures, it just like makes me laugh because like it's like, oh, they're like in middle school, like they're gonna look back on this and be like, oh, that was fucking cringe. Because I've had that too, you know.
I wanted to use.
I've had that too. I had my phase where I had the guts profile picture. Well, people still do that, but like, yeah,
dude, I would like you put that Tokyo Ghoul profile picture. You start listening to Joji. You're like, yeah, I'm in my feels. I'm in my fucking field.
Oh, God, I'm fucking
she broke my heart, but I didn't need my heart in the first place.
Dude, cue up the fucking solo queue Valorant, bro. I'm about to say some real hateful shit in all chat.
I honestly want to say K-popers are pretty okay. I think
K-pop is okay until you see like the fucking Israeli flag in their about me, and they just like they say some of the most heinous shit.
Or if you insult their bias, which I feel like is like it's hard to even know. Because if, for instance, I insulted Zero Base One here in this household, I don't know what will happen to me. She's not here.
Well, she's not here. She's in Boston. God bless.
Oh,
she would beat your ass. She would have walked over here and clocked you with like a vacuum or something. But you know, Anita has like an anonymous K-pop Twitter account, right?
I know, and she probably says the most heinous, just awful.
Heinous?
Yeah, heinous. You don't like the word?
You mean heinous?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not firstborn
American. Your Highness.
I've been making a lot of those mistakes recently. Okay,
dude. Okay, to be
I'm very self-centered about it.
Me too, man.
And just because I grew up speaking English and it is my first language, that doesn't mean anything.
Oh my god, you actually just gaslit me into thinking that you're an immigrant, like you weren't born here. And anyway, yeah, those are erects.
You know
right?
the funniest thing about all this?
What?
We did a spoiler warning for Rental Girlfriend, and we never talked about the spoilers.
God, I just realized. Wait, what the fuck did we even talk about right after?
We got sidetracked so hard.
Wait.
I'm just like,
Wait.
I spent the whole time being like, oh, our audio listeners are going to be like, where the fuck is the spoiler?
Wait, okay, real spoiler warning, okay? In the most recent chapters of Rental Girlfriend, there is finally a confession from the main girl to the main guy.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm in love with you. And then he's like, and then she like does the bow and she's like, but I can't be with you. And it's like, it was really funny because I normally don't read the comments for like the chapters, but like I read the comments for the chapter where like she confesses to him that she has feelings for him. And everyone's like, let's go, guys, it's fucking happening. Holy shit. After 380 chapters, we're here, boys, let's go. And then the next chapter is like, but I can't be with you. And the comment's like, wait, what? Wait, what just happened? Hold on. And everyone's like, guys, don't freak out. Obviously, there's going to be more to it, you know? Like, don't lose hope yet, everyone. I was like, damn, you guys waited 380 fucking chapters to fucking go from like a half-ass confession into a rejection? Really?
You know, there are people who unironically read Nisekoi into quintuplets into this, and
okay, hear me out. I don't think quintuplets and Nisekoi are nearly as fucking bad as Rental Girlfriend.
I'll be honest, I read less than 20 chapters of this and I dropped it. I knew it was trash. I could see trash coming from a mile away.
I read like 100 chapters.
And I was like, unfortunately, I read more Domestic Girlfriend than I read of this. Which is,
Domestic Girlfriend was an actual fucking train crash happening, but it was like massively entertaining. The main guy in Rental Girlfriend is so fucking unlikable. I want to claw my eyes out. Like I'm bleeding out of my eyes with every like fucking like, you know his expression where he's like this. He's like,
yeah,
like at every like cute thing that she does. I'm just like, dude, like you are the worst male protagonist I've ever seen. I actually genuinely have this theory that the author for Rental Girlfriend hates his own male protagonist so much that like he purposefully makes him like pitiful and unlikable so that he can self-insert into his own like manga and be the guy that like cucks his own main character. I'm not even kidding. Like this author is fucking big weird. You know, like I think he actually is in love with the girl that he made. Like he does this thing where he takes photos in real life and like draws her in as like in the POV of like him being on a date with her.
Isn't it wrong?
You could fact check me on this.
Isn't it wrong? The first thing I thought of was like, that's kind of
also
awesome. He could do that.
I think he's married.
That's kind of a.
I need fact checkers on this.
Okay. Well, that's a little bit alarming, but I don't know. Maybe he's.
It is possible I fell for Reddit like propaganda, like Reddit misinformation, but I'm like pretty sure like there's like a very weird, creepy relationship with this author and his own like fictional main heroine. So, Rental Girlfriend, quality stuff. If you want to see a guy get hard to the idea of being cucked, in his own mind, like this is the series for you.
I can't believe there's so many chapters. When I think the chapter spoiler was for chapter 250 something, like some really long chapter. And so I'm always shocked that a series can run this long. And I'm like, it has to be good. People must be reading it.
Wait, did I say 380 chapters?
I think
I might be wrong because I'm using an app where it chops up the chapters into multiple mini chapters.
I think it's definitely several hundred in, which is actually astonishing. Because I'm like, wow, like this guy got a lot. He's got a lot to tell.
I'm getting a nod of information might be correct.
He calls the main character his girlfriend, and we are getting confirmation that there's news articles about it. And you know, honestly, if you can make your own girlfriend, what's wrong with that? He was born too soon for Android AI girlfriends. He was born too soon. If 50 years later, this would have been normal.
Yeah, maybe he's the one that's based. Maybe we're out of touch.
He's too far in the future.
Yeah.
Born in the wrong era.
Oh, 354 chapters.
I was wrong. It is actually legitimately 300 plus chapters.
Wait, dude, is there Can Chat GPT look up what the average length of like a shonen romance manga is? Because I don't think they normally run that long. I think they're normally like 100.
It's 150.
Like 150
usually,
to 200 chapters max.
And that's for like the really successful,
Yeah.
like ones.
That is the longest blue ball session that I can think of. 354 chapters of nothing.
I swear to God, I always hear the word cuck when it comes to Rent a Girlfriend, and I don't know, is that the right series
for cucking?
Yes.
Oh no, it for sure is. He had a cuck fantasy. No, he literally did. There is a chapter where he like has this hypothetical scenario where the girl is like being like having sex with like another guy, and he gets hard over it.
We love romance.
Yo, manga is sick.
This is your genre.
Yeah.
Sung Jin Woo never was into cucking. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I don't like.
You're not Sung Jin Woo. No, you're not. You're not.
We kind of similar.
Okay, name 3 ways where you and Sung Jin Woo are similar.
We like the same type of girls.
Blondes. Blondes. Yo, no, actually not wrong. Blondes.
We got similar aura walking into rooms.
Okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'll give you that.
Do I need anything else?
No, you're Sung Jin Woo. You're right. My fucking fault. All right, there was one last topic I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
It's DanDaDan, season 2.
Oh, this is great. I almost forgot about this. We watched DanDaDan, the season 2 in movies.
DanDaDan, is it Evil Eye?
Yes.
DanDaDan Evil Eye in theaters. I want to say it was like the last episode of season 1 and the first 3 episodes of season 2. Something like that.
Yeah, we watched it with Lena, and it was
mostly very good.
The animation was really good. The main character, or I would say the main villain, has an 18 pack. Like he literally is ripped out of his mind. Let's just, it's the fucking uncomfy elephant in the room. They did the thing again. I cannot recommend DanDaDan to my housemates because it's always one episode where you're like, oh, this person's getting assaulted. And I had to be like, nah, man, don't worry about it. I swear it's not about this. They did the fucking thing again. Yeah. It happens not the same way, in a different way.
It's worse. It's actually worse this time. So basically, like one of the big criticisms or like one of the big things that turned off a lot of watchers from season 1 of DanDaDan was the alien abduction scene where Momo is like half naked and they're about to like assault her.
This is the season 1, episode 1, 15 minutes into the episode.
So in season 2, what I think is episode 1, there is a scene where Momo is in a bath, like a hot spring, and she doesn't know that she went into a mixed spring bath. So she's joined by like 5 really perverted, scary looking men who make these really disgusting comments about her and her age and her physical appearance. And they're just they dip into the water with their faces partially submerged like fucking hippopotamuses. And they're like approaching her. And it's just like, bro, dude, why? And the worst part was, so this like premiere was basically episodes that are back to back. And I think one of the episodes, the cliffhanger was these pervy dudes like approaching her in the water.
Uh-huh.
So like they basically replayed that part for the beginning of the next episode, so it felt like an extended assault scene, you know, and it was really uncomfortable. Like a guy basically, like she was trying to use her psychic powers to fight them off, but a guy like flew out of the water and grabbed her wrist to restrain her. And
anyways, similar to other episodes, its animation is really good. It's really good, except for one random uncomfortable scene that I cannot watch with my friends or family and explain because I can't just say, "Oh, sorry, it's just Japanese."
Yeah, it's just Japan. There's only so many times I can get away with saying, "Oh, it's just Japan stuff." Like it's just weird. It's just like a thing.
There is some fan service that happens in a lot of anime that I like hand wave, and I'm like, yeah, you know, that's culturally just whatever. Like it's not a big deal, and like whatever. Like okay, maybe that's a panty shot. Let's move past this. They keep doing this, and I'm just like, bro, like, what do I say? We used to have DanDaDan nights at the OTV house, and after one of these scenes came on, I was like, oh, there's no more. We're not watching this anymore. We stopped.
Yeah, no, It's hard. It sucks because I actually really like the series. I think DanDaDan's really good.
I
and
think
I could tell that the season, like the animation is like fucking crazy, but like it's just like, man, they kind of just like treat this whole topic as like, oh, like it's just like, oh, you know, like whatever. Like she escapes and she just like makes like an office like, oh, I hope you guys get put in jail, and then like it kind of like the tone of the whole thing just feels very unserious for what I feel like is such an uncomfortable thing, you know? And I don't know, it kind of just feels like I'm being like the purity police sometimes, and I don't like that, but I have to call it out. Like that shit's like unnecessary and uncomfortable, and I really do feel like it takes away from what could be like such a good series.
I think it's like it was running 1 to 2 years straight of like being the best thing in like the best manga period. But then like it's doing a great run anime wise, but just some of the scenes are a little uncomfortable. And maybe I'm misremembering how they were in the manga, or maybe I just read over it really quickly. But I didn't stand out as much because these scenes seem very elongated, like drawn out.
Yes, I think that is the benefit of manga, where it's like you just kind of flip through those parts.
It's easier to hand wave.
But like when you're in the anime, you're like, oh, you're really stuck in this scene, huh? Like you're really stuck in with these fucking like rapey men trying to fucking assault a high school girl when they're like,
and
oh,
anyways.
Yes.
The movie itself is animated really well, and it does the arc. I assume is going to do the arc justice. It's really good, but there's just one uncomfortable scene. Would recommend everything except for the scene because it's really weird.
It's like it's it's good, but like I can't recommend it to anyone, man. Like, hey, I like the series, but trigger warning. SA? Like, what the fuck?
This is like something you never recommend your friends, even though you like it. You're just like, oh yeah, they're like getting into anime. Yo, what should I watch? Yeah, Full Metal.
Like, I am glad that there's so many series that I can recommend that are just like unilaterally just like awesome. Like, there's nothing about it that really detracts.
This is one of those things you're gonna have to hide away a little bit. You're like, oh, DanDaDan, what's that?
I was like, oh, you stumbled upon DanDaDan and you like it. Oh, great, let's talk about it.
Yeah, or if it's not, it's like, I've never heard about that in my life.
Yeah, it's kind of like in this
like 3Ds.
It kind of reminds me of like
ends?
Made in Abyss in a way too, where like there's the world building is so cool, story is really cool. Oh, but there's like uncomfortable naked children shit a lot.
A little bit, yeah, it's a little weird.
So
it's pretty fucking weird.
Like dude, when I tried explaining to Ryan like how Made in Abyss is good, but like Ryan was like, oh, like, well, how bad is this? Like, oh, it's kind of like pedophilic. Like,
well, and then now when I'm like, oh, when you say it like that, it makes it sounds even worse.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, it's one of those things where you don't talk about. Wait, officially, I don't know what DanDaDan is. Unofficially, you approach me in the dark alley and you're like, yo, you read DanDaDan? I might be like, oh.
Yeah, dude, the evil eye versus the fucking serpent god scene. That shit was real
awesome.
Sick. That shit was real sick.
I actually blocked out
onsen scene. Wait, what onsen scene?
I've been sleeping a lot in the middle of theaters. I actually missed that completely. Like I don't even know where. But the scene afterwards was fucking fire.
That's so funny because I just picked up that was a joke, because it is true that Scarra will randomly fall asleep during movies, like during like really intense moments.
Recently, I have been sleeping a lot in movies. I can't tell if I'm just getting older or like. It's like I'm just so I'm too comfortable in movie theaters now. I'm like chilling. I'm laying back. Oh yeah. And then I'll tell you what I fell asleep for recently. I fell asleep for 2 minutes at the end of the day. Unfortunately, not that part. I fell asleep for the Sonic movie where they're doing the dance. The two guys are doing the dance.
Wait, that's the best part of the movie.
Which was the best fucking part. And I fell asleep through a little bit of Lord of the Rings. But like, it's like recently I've been falling asleep through everything, and I'm like, oh shit.
It's not recent. It's not. You've been doing this for years. You've been doing this for years.
I have not. I've only fallen asleep in, I would say, before the last year and a half. I used to not fall asleep during movies.
Bro, the previous OTV house in the theater room, I don't think I've seen you stay awake through a single one. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, you can fall asleep through Dune 2 when they're going, and the whole fucking theater is shaking.
All right, maybe that's revisionist history.
All right.
Anyways, yeah, I'm a little tired, boy. What's up? What about it? I like sleeping.
All right,
sleep's good for you, man.
All right. We won't keep you for too long. You can take your nap, old man.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for watching episode 34 of the Fake Fans Podcast. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube memberships. We're going to be uploading more bonus content there, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.